Hey everyone, it's Trevor here with another Daclus quality review. This is part of my New Year's resolution to see every movie that comes out in my theater and give a quick little review of it in my car on my phone. I'm sorry, I'm a bit laggy because I am tired after that movie. I was really having trouble staying awake. I just saw London Has Fallen. This is the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah. I I never saw the original, the last one, I mean, and I had no real much interest. I mean, it looked like a fine action movie. I guess enough people liked it or saw it at least to get a second one. This one, dear, oh gosh, it was terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was just so boring. It was very generic. Um, nothing, nothing new happened in it really. The action scenes were fine, I guess. They weren't. I mean, they're basically just shooting guns. There wasn't anything special about them though. Um, it wasn't good. The acting was pretty poor, and the dialogue was pretty bad. I mean, I think a lot of what's gonna sell this movie is it's a very America, yeah, type of movie. Um, it's very much so. A lot. I mean, nonsensically so in some ways. I mean, it's basically like a bunch of world leaders get taken out, except for the American ones. Like they all gather in one place. Um, and apparently in London, the terrorists are able to. They basically have already taken over London somehow, and no one's noticed. They're everybody in the police force. They're everyone in the fire department, EMTs, the hospital. I mean, ambulance drivers. Just everyone apparently is a terrorist already. They just took over, and it doesn't. And I don't. But apparently they do mention that. Oh no, there are some like good cops out there. It's like we never saw them. I mean, apparently at this big event where a bunch of police officers were at London, every single one of them was a terrorist. So where are these non-terrorist ones? Where are the good ones? It's like they were the ones that didn't go to the event somehow. I don't know how that was worked out. They just how do you pick who goes to this event? Raise your hand, and so all the bad guys were like, "Ooh, I just it didn't." I mean, if you're able to basically take over London like that and be in every job, you have a bomb in every building. You're able to shut down everything with a click of a button. I mean, I don't know why it took a few years. Apparently, they say that this must have taken a few years, and I just feel like they could have done other stuff too that would have been easier than what they tried to do. I don't know, but it just they're like the greatest apparently at what they're doing, but except for Gerard Butler's character. Oh, did I not mention? I should probably mention what the plot is. The plot is terrorists are trying to kill the American president. The end. Well, they're trying to kill um, a lot of government, a lot of different nation leaders and stuff, and they kill like 5 of them. Um, 6 of them actually, except for the only one that is featured in this that they don't kill is the American one. Um, it it just was so boring. I think for the most part that I was really. I mean, I maybe the action was decent. I'll be honest. During the action parts, for the most part, is when I was just sort of closing my eyes and nodding off. Um, I could not handle it. I mean, obviously, I'm just tired too. So it's not just I'm starting to drop the phone here because I'm so tired. But jeez, it wasn't good. I don't. I mean, if you like action, if you like your just plain sort of action films, you might like it. You might enjoy it more than I did. So I can't knock you if you do enjoy it. But at the same time, it's definitely not for me. It was plain. Um, yeah. It stars Gerard Butler. Aaron Eckhart, is that his name? And Morgan Freeman. Vivica Fox is in it as well for a little bit. But also there was a funny bit at the beginning, sort of. I mean, it's funny. It's just obviously it was poor, but basically there's a scene that's supposed to be between Gerard Butler's character, and Morgan Freeman's, but it's clear that each like line they have, they're not doing the scene together. Like it's a close up on it goes back and forth between close ups on each of their faces, and like the only time you see them in that part together, because you never see them in the rest of the film together, I don't think at all. But the only part you see them together during that scene of them doing it is there's a quick like over the shoulder shot where you can sort of barely see that there's a person there, but it could be anyone. And then there's another shot that's because that shot's facing Morgan Freeman's face, and then it switches over and we're seeing Gerard Butler's character walk past and everything. You see his face, and then you see who's supposed to be Morgan Freeman is clearly not Morgan Freeman. It's clearly someone stand-in, a double back of the head, because that back of the head and stuff doesn't look like Morgan Freeman really, because you see the back of his head later in the film and it doesn't look like that, but at the same time you can tell from that, and you haven't seen the back of his head in the rest of the film to know it's not Morgan Freeman. It was clearly not Morgan Freeman. So I can't. This film, I mean, there's some decent cinematography in some of the shootout scenes, which is, I think, pretty much. It was also really. I know I skipped that. It was the shootout scenes. It was pretty much. That was mostly what this film was shootout scenes. Then Gerard Butler gets one of the terrorists and just tortures them, basically. Just brutally executes them, either quickly or slowly. I think mostly slowly. Yeah. He does tell them to go back to Fuckheadistan at one point. Yeah. I can't really recommend this movie. Unless you just want to say America, yeah, then maybe. But even then, it's just not a great movie. Alright, so I have one more movie this week, I believe. I might see some other ones. I know it's not my theater, so that's not part of my New Year's resolution as a rule. But I think The Room is playing in a different theater. It's a distance away, so it's not like right close by here. I've gone to it before and done recordings, but it's mostly because, hey, I'm carpooling with someone else. Well, both times I've carpooled with my friend Ben. You've seen him. We've gone and seen stuff at this other theater. We've carpooled to it, so I don't know. I probably missed stuff at it before because I haven't been really looking, because it's not one I keep up on normally, but I do know The Room is playing up there, so I might see that. Also, I'm going to see Zootopia with some family, my nephew and sister and some other people. I don't know if we're carpooling. This is also not going to be at my theater, but I will record a thing afterwards for that. So until then, follow me on Twitter at Daclus. Spelling's in the title of the video. You can follow Geek Wars Podcast on Twitter at Geek Wars Podcast. What's Geek Wars Podcast? It's a podcast I do with two other friends of mine. You can find that on your favorite podcatcher. We talk about just geeky things and stuff. Comic book movies, mostly, I'd say. Sci-fi as well, here and there. But check that out on your favorite podcatcher or whatever. Also, you can subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, reviews. Also, check out, we do reaction videos for trailers. Some other videos might pop up. The podcasts we put up are going to be on YouTube, but they're going to be behind by a decent amount, so you're not going to be catching up on any news that's recent if you're listening to them. And you can also find Big Ben's Movie Show on Twitter. I'll put some links below maybe, and check that out. There's more movie reviews and stuff. So sorry about this. I'm pretty tired, but I might need a nap after that. Until next time, take care. Just at 10 minutes. I'll lead it out to the last